you've had some notable comments that I just want to have you give me a little more color on. You said, and I quote, "When you go home at night and rehash the day, finding out things to be angry or offended about, just know no one else is thinking about you." Tell me about this.
Well, I would always say it because get out of your own way. Part of me is like, it's just a good way to wake people up and get them like to think more positively about situations. But like,
Let it go.
Let it go. Let it go. Like literally people are trying to put food on the table and like juggle kids and all their dynamics and putting kids in college. You think they're thinking about like, she should have used a better word in reading? Like get over yourself. I think it's so crazy. And I've done it. And if I find myself doing it, I think about how many people you've said this to, Denise. Live your own, lesson there. So get over yourself. No one's thinking about you.
The other one that I love that you said was about body language. And you said, "That woman will never sit behind a plant again."
I hope I didn't say that woman, because that sounds terrible.
Sounds a little bit. Sorry, that young lady.
I am a huge fan of like fast feedback in the moment, and in only when appropriate. If it's like in a group setting or something, sure. I'll delay it. But that particular scenario was this woman was in a meeting with a few of us, and through the meeting she kept getting further and further into the plant behind her, and she was just uncomfortable being at the table. I saw another gentleman who was presenting in front of a room, and there's a podium in the corner, and you could tell he couldn't wait to get behind that podium to hide, and he kept moving that way to do it. And people also come into my office, and everyone walks in differently, and I'm just a mad observer of human behavior. And when people walk in and they knock and they say, do you have a minute? I'm like, come back and do it like a guy. like no one, like the guys are coming. I tell everybody, open door policy, come in anytime. I've said it for years. Yeah. So like, why are you sheepish? Like, own it. Yeah. So I'm a big body language person. I think that it changes a lot for people.
It really does. Are you ever afraid in your job?
I used to always be afraid about getting fired. Always, but that's gone away.
That's a human thing, though, isn't that? I'm guessing it's a human thing.
Well, no,
maybe it's like an
I
overachiever
meet people
thing.
all the time who are like, I hope they fire me. Like, I'll get a package. I'm like, who has that mentality?
How would you do that?
I don't understand that. And now I feel like I know how to have the right conversation, so I'm not looking over my shoulder. And I don't work for companies where I look over my shoulder, by the way.
But you're at a certain level now where you're like, I know what I'm doing here.
Yeah. Yes.
But you would never say it that way, but you could say like, I kind of understand how to make something successful. Yeah. And if you let me do the thing I know how to do, then you should be fine. This business transformation will come off with a plum.
I think in the moment, I'm like most afraid of like, I feel like I've got the thinnest hold of my team. It's like we're all spread over the country, and people are, everyone's like habits and lives have been completely disrupted, and there's visibility into that. And so usually you just spend your 9 hours in the office together, and you go out for a drink, and you go home, and you feel like you got your team. And I just don't know how people are feeling. I mean, I do everything I can communication-wise. I have one-on-ones with everybody, like literally everybody. And I can't do enough communication to really get a good grasp right now on, am I building a team with followership, and how am I doing as a leader?
Do you let yourself get emotional about work?
I can get like super sad when you lose somebody on your team to another job. It's like, I didn't do enough to like let them know that I make your job bigger or whatever. Or hearing someone say they have more capacity, but yet they don't see a lane for themselves. Like those things upset me, The days of crying at work ended a long time ago. I have a 24-hour rule with the pity party. Like if I feel like I didn't do a good job, or if I feel like I made a mistake, or if my team didn't show up, or I didn't show up, or I get over myself super fast on that stuff.
I dig that. When are you the most creative? Like, is there a time of the day?
I was gonna say like day partying. Like I'm like 5 a.m. My whole team knows this, and they hate it because I'm like.
5 a.m. email?
I know. People are like, you can delay delivery on the email.
Oh, thank you for that. Like, I wanted you to have it at 5:51.
Well, my team's on the West Coast, so it's really it's really weird. So I hope they all know, like, it doesn't mean it's a response.
Don't respond, but I'm thinking of
that
this thing.
5 to 7 a.m., like, I love that time of day. And to be honest, I love even earlier. I love it. I go to bed at 8 or 9.
You do.
Yeah, I gotta go.
I gotta go to bed.